Now, in the backdrop of the state celebrating the biggest festival of democracy, many youngsters today came out and cast their vote. News9 now brings you the mood of Youngistan. Here's a report.
Enthusiastic first-time voters exercise their franchise. For many, voting has been a dream. Seeing their parents vote, they have been waiting for the day when their vote makes a difference in the world's largest democracy. Today, many enthusiastic first-time voters exercise the right to vote for the first time. News9 caught up with a few debutant voters from Namma Bengaluru, and the excitement soared.
I'm Rachna.
Okay, so how do you feel voting for the very first time? You've been seeing your parents vote for so many times.
I wanted to vote because whenever I was, small, I used to see my parents go and vote, and they wouldn't allow me in the voting room, but I would just go stand there looking at them. And it was always exciting because I didn't know what it was at that time, but it made me always believe that I had to vote someday. And my mom and dad, they're very concerned about what goes on in this country, and that's probably influenced me now. So I'm very much interested in doing something for the country and a vote.
So your vote is going to count today. Your one vote is going to be important today. So how do you feel about that?
It's important. Everyone's vote is important. It's for the country. Every vote counts. Like Mother Teresa said, every drop in the ocean counts.
And now we found Vagdevi, who's voting for the first time. Vagdevi, how old are you?
I'm just 18 years.
And you have voted for the first time. How does it feel? You know, you're a part of this great democracy, and how does it feel?
I'm so excited and I'm very happy that I've completed my duty towards my country.
All right.
I'm feeling very responsible today.
All right. Have you got your driver's license?
No, not yet.
But you do have a voter's ID card and you exercise your vote. That is amazing. I think you should show our viewers the thumb that you have. What are your hopes for the governance?
I wish for a good government which serves people and keep up their promises and whatever ashwasanes they give.
All right. Thank you so much.
I wanted to go see the candidates for myself and make my own decision. So we've been at loggerheads, but the choice was mine entirely.
Okay, so you're a first-time voter. You've seen your father vote since your childhood. So how do you feel to be a first-time voter?
It's really important that all the first-time voters go out and vote this time, because now, for the first time, we've got social media. We've got so many tools to help us in the voting process. It's not that we are not mobilized anymore.
It's a mixed sentiment. Yeah, of course, I want to vote for my right. At the same time, there are good candidates this time. So, yeah, it's a great feeling. It's the first time, so it was a great experience. Now I'll be heading to celebrate this experience.
While young voters in Bengaluru earnestly voted for the candidate of their choice, News9 also caught up with first-time voters from various parts of the state. And there too, it was just smiles all over.
ನನಗೂ ಒಂದು ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು ಏನಂದರೆ ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನು ಯಾರು ಪರ್ಸನ್ನ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ನನ್ನ ವೋಟ್ಸ್ ರೈಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಡೇಗೆ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್.
ಯೂತ್ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಭವಿಷ್ಯ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಹಂಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಬೆಳೆಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಾವೇ ಕಾಪಾಡಬೇಕು ಮುಂದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅದೇ ತರ ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹಕ್ಕು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಅಭ್ಯರ್ಥಿನೇ ನಾವು ಚುನಾಯಿಸಿದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅವರೇ ಗೆಲ್ಲಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಇದೆ.
ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿಟಿಸನ್ ರೈಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. 3 ದಿನ ರಜಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೋಗಿ ಸುತ್ತಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದ್ 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ತಪ್ಪಾಗಲ್ಲ. ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪ್ರಜೆ ಬೇಕು ನಮಗೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ ನಡೆಸೋಂತ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪ್ರಜೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿಟಿನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪ್ರಜೆ ಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪ್ರಜೆ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇದೆ.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ നല്ല ಎಕ್ಸೈಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ಸ್ತಿತ್ತು ನಮ್ ವೋಟಿಂಗ್ ರೈಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ವರ್ಷ ಕಾದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ವೋಟಿಂಗ್ ರೈಟ್ ಬಂದಿರೋದನ್ನ ಅದನ್ನ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ರೈಟ್ ನಂದು.
Casting their vote today, Youngistan is proud to contribute their share in the biggest festival of democracy. And all of them are hoping for the best candidate to come to power. A News9 report.
Well, you just saw how those first-time voters came out there to exercise their franchise very enthusiastically. But now there's another group of people who make sure that they never miss a chance to vote, come what may. Now, they're young at heart, and they're also surely a sort of inspiration for all those who fail to participate in this festival of democracy. Take a look.
Meet the enthusiastic voters. Some came on crutches, some on wheelchairs, some were supported by their loving family members, and some walked strong and sturdy. Unlike several youngsters who were complaining about the serpentine queues, these voters were willing to brave the heat and the queues alike. And we would like to say these senior citizens and specially abled people's efforts did not go unnoticed on the voting day. Bidar. These centurions are young at heart. Meet the 105-year-old resident of Bidar. She is frail and weak, but her spirit is so strong that she sought help of a person to carry her to the polling booth and drop her back home. The intention was plain and simple: to vote how many ever times until her last breath. Though all of 105 years, the woman bared the scorching heat and came to the polling booth to cast her vote. But the elderly lady had one complaint to make. On her way back, she mustered courage to say that despite voting all these years, the government had failed to even make an arrangement for her one-time meal. This woman was not the only senior citizen who enthusiastically came to the polling booth. A concerned voter who could barely walk was seen accompanied by her dear ones to the polling booth. Even the BJP candidate Bhagwant Kuba's mother was seen accompanying him to the polling booth despite her old age in Bidar. Haveri. Take a look at this picture. You can barely guess his age, and if we say he is 114 years old, you might be surprised. Meet Amir Saab Patil of Hirekeruru in Haveri district. He was hell-bent on casting his vote and asked one of his family members to carry him to the polling booth. The man looked all happy and also got himself clicked after exercising his franchise. Tumkur. In Tumkur, two high-profile voters managed to draw the attention of one and all. One was 107-year-old Siddhaganga Mutt seer Sri Shivakumar Swamiji, and the other was former MLA Timmegowda, who is 103 years old. Both the biggies made it to the polling booth with a little bit of support and cast their votes. Bengaluru. Moving on to Namma city, senior citizens were the most enthusiastic voters at many places here. In most of the polling booths, senior citizens managed to make an early entry and cast their votes for the leader of their choice. While several elderly voters sought the help of their family members to reach the polling booth, the others were seen walking into the booth with the help of walking sticks, crutches and wheelchairs. Amongst the senior citizens, one popular face was freedom fighter Doraiswamy. A nonagenarian, Doraiswamy made it to the polling booth and cast his vote. He also appealed to the young voters to exercise their franchise for better governance.
ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಹಳ ಜನ ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಮನೇಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಅಪೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದು ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ದೇಶದ ಭವಿಷ್ಯನ ರೂಪಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ. ಇಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ತಪ್ಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟರಿಗೆ, ದುಷ್ಟರಿಗೆ, ಇವರಿಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
While the freedom fighters spoke of our right to vote, there were other senior citizens who spoke at length about how things had changed and why they had to put in all effort to stand in line to vote.
Then there were some separate boxes were there, yellow, green, red, etc. And to certain parties, we will have to vote only the boxes. No, there was no. It was so rude. It seems even boxes can be mixed up. At the time of counting, but that has been slightly modified, and afterwards this ballot papers came, and since the candidates were in large numbers, so, we were asked to fold the paper in a different fashion, and that was an experience for us, because as a presiding officer, I just in about 6 to 7 times I went as a presiding officer.
ನಂತರ ಒಟ್ಟಾರೆ 93 ಕಡೆ electronic voting machine ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. 93 electronic voting machines were to be changed after the poll started, so they were replaced by other electronic voting machines, and then poll was conducted. Bangalore South, Bangalore Dakshin ಸೆಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ವಿವಿಪ್ಯಾಟ್ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ವಿವಿಪ್ಯಾಟ್ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ 1925 ಟೋಟಲ್ ಪೋಲಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಇತ್ತು.